Hello, St. George Elementary School families. Hope this video finds you well. While I know there's a lot of uncertainty out there right now, I want to take some time today to talk about what next year will look like at St. George. We are still planning to host some form of morning meeting every year if we're allowed to. For those of you that are not familiar with this, students come in the morning and sit with their homeroom classes in the gym. Once it starts, we go over the Pledge of Allegiance. We're going to go over what's for lunch, any announcements for the day. We celebrate student birthdays. We do a social skill of the week and practice that with a partner. And we recite the school chant together. Following this, students walk to class with their teacher. And it's just a great way for us to start the day and build excitement for the day and being together. Not much will change in the yellow wing next year. In the classroom behind me, which was Miss Jensen's this school year, that will be Mrs. Manley next year. She can return to kindergarten from the red wing. Mrs. White, Mrs. Badura, and Mrs. Beam will all remain in the kindergarten yellow wing. And preschool will also be in the yellow wing next year. We are excited to expand our offerings with that and welcome more of our preschool age kids into the building. At this time, we will leave preschool in the yellow wing, and if we need to expand that classroom into adding another teacher, we will do that and move both classrooms to the red wing next year. Heading over to the red wing, we have Mrs. Edie's room on the right and Mrs. Ralph's room on the left, just like we did this year. Remaining classrooms in this wing will be utilized for first grade. Your first grade team, over here on my right behind me, will be Mrs. Allen. Also here on the left behind me will be Miss Prakash. And joining our team here, also on the left behind me, will be Mrs. Bass. Mrs. Bass is coming to us with several years of experience, and we're very excited to have her. Be watching in the near future for some videos introducing our new staff to you and give you an opportunity to get to know them a little bit better. The remaining classrooms here will be reserved past the lobby for possible preschool expansion, as previously mentioned. The other classroom here that is not being utilized will be there for first grade if we need to add an additional section of that in the future. Next is the green wing, which will house our second and third grade teams. First on the left is Mrs. Force, also next door. Just up ahead here on the left is Ms. Pilkington. Mrs. Willie will be here on the right, and Mrs. Hackett also here on the right. Across the hall from Ms. Hackett starts our third grade team with Ms. Shaheen. I'm going to head up here past the lobby area to the new addition, which still has 3 classrooms there. That will be the remainder of the third grade team. On the left will be Mrs. Adcock. On the right will be Mrs. Souther. She comes to us from Wamego with several years of experience. Watch for a video introducing her coming here in the near future. And finally, on the right, Mrs. Cook. One of the other exciting things we have in store for next year is a full-time art teacher. So students will get to have art every other day next school year. This is the room across from the library that'll be used for art and will be taught by Mrs. Pittenger. I know she's very excited about this opportunity. She's been busy planning and looking forward to starting that up next school year. And last but not least, we're over in the blue wing now, which will house our 4th grade team. Mr. Davidson, also known as Mr. Doug, will be here on the right in this classroom. Our other teachers include Mrs. Trent, who will be here on my right. Also on the 4th grade team will be Mrs. Reese over on the left. New to us, but student taught here last spring was Mrs. Reese. Mrs. Garrett is on the right here. And finally, Ms. Howley, who is also new to us next year. She is coming to us from Manhattan, has a couple years of experience, and again, be watching for those videos introducing those new staff to you. I hope you found this video helpful and informative, and we are looking forward to an awesome and exciting 2021 school year. Thanks. Bye.